How many overtimes does it take to decide a winner at Titan Gym? Well, the men's basketball team found out this past weekend. Welcome back to Titan Sports. I'm Julio Marquez.
And I'm Nylene Garcia. Regulation wasn't enough time to decide a winner the last time Fullerton played Cal Poly, so it was only appropriate that the teams needed multiple overtimes to decide a victor in the rematch. Cal State Fullerton hosts Cal Poly at Titan Gym, and both teams are in for a mighty long night. We pick things up in the second half. Score tied at 65 with seconds remaining, and Junior Balliard drives inside and puts up the shot, but he can't get it to fall. And then we'll be going into overtime. And now we're in overtime, scored at 73 with 10 seconds left. And we have Brandon Kamga, and he drives into the lane and puts up the shot, but it's no good. And now we go into double OT in the OC. Double overtime, scored even up at 80 with time running out. Bakamba would drive inside and puts up the tough shot. It gets rebounded by Devon Clare, who puts up the prayer, but it goes in and out. We go to another overtime. In triple overtime, after Cal Poly ties it up at 90, Austin Wisika drives baseline and finds Torrey San Antonio, but Keith Smith blocks it at the buzzer. Mustangs force quadruple overtime. A little over a minute into overtime, number 4, same score, Devon Clare drains the three-pointer and his third three-pointer of the night. Titans would be up 93-90. And now we have 3 minutes left, Titans up 93-91. Kamga shakes the defense and hits the jumper, and he finished with the team high 27 points as Fullerton led by 4. But the Mustangs would answer back to make it 95-93, but on the very next Titans position, Kamga drives to the rim, gets fouled, and scores the basket. Fullerton holds on to win 105-101. Joining us now for more on this game and everything going on with Titan basketball is Elizabeth Williams for this edition of Inside the Basket.
Thanks, Nylene. What a wild win for the Titans. They really needed that victory going into their last stretch of regular season. I spoke with head coach Dedrick Taylor to get his intake on the game.
Yeah, I don't know about that. I think this group right now, we just need to take one day at a time and really focus on us. Make sure we're prepared and come out and play our hearts out like we did tonight. You know, I don't know about dark horse and those types of things. I mean, I feel like anybody in the Big West can be considered a dark horse based on the records.
I'm here with my analyst, Corey Johnson. So how do you think the Titans played against Cal Poly?
I think this was a crazy game, but an absolute game that they needed to win, and they got the victory. I mean, they went out and did what they needed to do, and in some cases, you just have to throw your hands up and say, well, a win is a win, and that's what I have to say about this one, because they, to me, should have easily won this game and made this one a lot easier on themselves. There's no way in heck they should have gone to quadruple overtime. There were so many chances where they should have just ended the game, but they weren't able to. But overall, I mean, you got Devon Clare dropping 21 points tonight. You got Brandon Kamga, 27 points in this one, leading the team in scoring. And then also Jackson Rowe with the double-double. This is what you want to see out of your primetime players, getting a big-time victory for you against Cal Poly, neck and neck in the standings, and they were able to deliver in this one.
Fullerton is currently ranked 6th in the Big West Conference with a record of 5-6. So what have you noticed about this team throughout the season, and what do you think they need to improve?
I think that they need to improve on offense, because they've been inconsistently consistent, if that makes sense, because they started out the season 0-3, but then they went on a nice little winning streak and were able to go back to 500 in the Big West and make it 3-3 on their record. But like I said, just inconsistently consistent all season long. And I think if they're just able to finally get a nice balance of scoring, like if Kamga, Devon Clare, Jackson Rowe, Wisika, if out of those guys, if they're just able to get at least 3 guys getting into double figures, they have a really good chance of winning games. But averaging right now 67 points per game, that's not going to get the job done when you got other teams in the Big West averaging in the mid-70s. So even though they scored over 100 points, that had to do with the fact that they played an extra half of basketball. So if they're able to just, like I said, get a balance of scoring, the defense is there. The effort is there. They lock teams up, and they hold them to 33% from beyond the arc. They lock teams up and force over 13 turnovers. They're one of the best teams in the conference at forcing turnovers and at just playing defense overall. So defense is going to win them a Big West title, in my opinion. It's just they have to be able to get it done on the offensive end.
With 5 games remaining in the regular season, where do you expect the Titans will finish?
I think that they're going to round things out at 8-8, which doesn't sound too great, but at the way that they've been going all season, I can't really see them doing anything else besides that. I think they're going to beat UC Santa Barbara in their next up-and-coming game. And then they got a 3-game road trip against Hawaii, which, those road trips are always tough. And going to a place like Hawaii is not going to be easy. So I think they're going to finish out the season 3-2. And overall, their record in conference is going to be 8-8. Hopefully, they are able to miss out on having to play a team like UC Irvine or Hawaii in the first round. And if they just get a nice little matchup to start out the conference tournament, who knows what can happen, man. Like I said, one of the best teams on defense. Like I said, defense wins championships, and that's what they're going to be banking on to happen because, without a doubt, I think a lot of people are sleeping on Cal State Fullerton at this point in time. But if they have to match up with a team and they can just hold them defensively, anything can happen, honestly.
That wraps it up here at Titan Gym. I'm Elizabeth Williams with my analyst, Corey Johnson. Let's head back to you guys in the studio.
Thank you, Elizabeth. After losing 5 of their last 8 games, the women's basketball team earned a huge 67-60 win at Cal Poly. Reina Perez led the Titans with 24 points, 7 assists, and 9 rebounds. Perez is also the leading scorer in the Big West Conference, averaging 20 points a game. The Titans are now 4th place in the Big West standings with a record of 5-5.
Titans baseball started off their season with a bang. Fullerton won their opening series against number 17 Stanford 2-1. Leadoff hitter Zach Liu got the offense going with 6 hits with a .462 batting average. Kyle Luckham dominated the mound and with the bat, throwing 7 innings with 5 strikeouts and racking in 3 RBI in the series. Fullerton head coach Rick Vanderhook got his 300th career win following the Titans' 6-1 victory in Game 2. The series win propelled the Titans back into the national rankings. D1Baseball.com spotted Fullerton at number 24, just above Stanford, who dropped to 25. The Titans are one of 4 teams in the West Coast that are ranked to go, along with Stanford, UCLA at 14, and Arizona State at 13.
On Friday, the Titans softball team defeated BYU 8-3, but went on to lose 3-2 against San Diego later in the evening. The following day, BYU returned the favor, beating the Titans 11-3 on Saturday to split the series. To close out another doubleheader, the Titans bounced back with a 7-4 win over Southern Utah. The Titans are now 6-3 on the season.
Now let's check out this week's upcoming game schedule with Mariah Ross for this edition of Titan Timeline.
What's up, everybody, and welcome to Titan Timeline. The baseball team starts off a busy week in Titan athletics as they head to San Diego State Tuesday before returning home for a 3-game bout against Tulane on Friday. Back on the court, women's basketball will continue their away play against UC Davis Thursday before returning home to host CSUN this Saturday. As for the men, they will enjoy home field advantage against conference opponent UC Santa Barbara Thursday night. Pitching it over to softball, the 2-day Mary Nutter Classic begins Saturday in Cathedral City, where the women will see 4 different opponents. On the green, men's golf jets to Hawaii Thursday for the John Burns Intercollegiate Tournament. And tossing it over to tennis, the team heads to New Mexico Friday before returning home Saturday to face conference competitor UC Riverside. That's all I have for you on this week's Titan Timeline. Back to you guys at the desk.
Well, folks, that's all the time we have for today. Thank you for tuning in to this week's episode.
You can watch our past episodes and game highlight packages on our YouTube channel. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe.
And don't forget to follow us on Twitter and Instagram at CSUF Titan Sports and like us on Facebook to stay connected with us.
On behalf of everyone here at Titan Sports, I'm Julio Marquez.
And I'm Nylene Garcia. Remember to keep those tusks up, Titans, and we'll see you next week.